Hello everybody, my name's Phil Naylor of the podcast Naylor's Natter, and the one piece of advice that I'd like to give you is something from Baz Luhrmann's Sunscreen, which is be careful whose advice you buy, but be patient with those that supply it. And if I can set the scene for you, so obviously as you can see, I am not a young teacher, but set the scene when I was in the early 2000s, and when I was one of the young teachers, as I said, and one of the like to think cool teachers at the time. So if listeners have rediscovered the TV program Teachers on Channel 4 recently, it was very much like that. So we were hugely progressive and into group work, guide on the side, project-based learning, and all the gimmicks and everything you can imagine. And the old teacher used to sit at the back of the staff room, let's call him Michael, because that was his name, blindsided me at 4 p.m. on some idle Tuesday to take me into his confidence. And he said to me very, very clearly, all this stuff that you're doing now will come around again. And the stuff that I was doing at the start of my career, which is much more effective, will replace it. Well, how interested we were to hear about this. So let's just talk about what Michael was like as a teacher. So every lesson he used to start with a recap quiz on what pupils had learned the week before. He was definitely an expert in his subject, an expert geographer. He knew his stuff. He spent a great proportion of the lesson talking through and sharing his knowledge. He used textbooks. Oh, how we laughed. He had the highest behaviour standards, not quite what we described as zero tolerance, but he followed up, followed through, contacted home, and praised and rewarded his students as well. So the students absolutely loved him too. So I remember this sticking with me from a day in 2001, probably, that sometimes it's worth listening to that more experienced member of staff at the back of the staff room, because you just never know when that advice might come in useful. Hope this has been useful for you. Good luck, everybody. Thank you for listening.